presentation of BFA Sports.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Losey. We're live at the DiDonato Family Fun Center on BFA Sports, and this is the Jim Raso Show. That's a happy bunch of Blue Devils there. Another win for the good guys. Wasn't that easy, but
we'll got a nail biter at the end.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what's coming up. But it's nice to be sitting up here right now with a 3-1 record, and again with a winning streak. I ask you this every week. You had a good feeling about that game. And if we just erased the last 5 minutes of it, it would have been a hell of a game.
I thought we played well overall, minus that last 5 minutes of the game. Offensively, earlier on, we were trying to see what was working, what wasn't working. We struggled a little bit offensively in that beginning of that first quarter. And then, Kenny wound up making that play on defense, and that kind of jump-started things for us there.
So before that, it was more like a feeling out process. You got a couple first downs, you're moving the ball, then you get stopped, and they get stopped, and then you kick it back to them. Did you say to yourself, hey, we're going to have one of those games tonight?
Well, we had a good initial drive going, and we got down there probably 25, 30-yard line, and then, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. So, and then the defense came out and was playing pretty well. So, I didn't necessarily think we was going to be that kind of game. We knew nothing was going to be easy. That's a good program, good team there. And, I thought for the most part, after Kenny made that play, we kind of responded after that.
So talking about Kenny making that play, it was a pick six in the first quarter, and it kind of tilted the field a little bit the other way because they were coming in your territory. So roll it. What do you see?
Well, I thought for the most part we got good pressure on the quarterback there, and then he jumped the route. And then afterwards what he did, a couple guys, shielding off. Usually you probably have blocks in the back. I thought our guys did a really nice job of not doing that. And then he made a spectacular run. Because
Kenny Smith's pick six. Everybody like that? Yeah? Got you going? All right, so 7-0. You come out in the second half and more of the same, but your run game really was tough to stop.
Yeah, I thought the offensive line did a really nice job, coming out at halftime and taking over the game at that point. Getting off the ball, we made some really key runs, and then Drew made some nice throws, which is good. If we can be balanced, that's always going to help us out.
So you mentioned Drew. Are you more and more, God bless you, are you more and more confident in Drew that you can call a fourth down pass to keep a drive going?
Absolutely, yeah. Just tell him, make sure you take care of the football. Don't try to force it there and make the proper reads. And he did a really nice job the other night. And he actually got to run one in, which was good to see. And, he's been calling for it past couple weeks, so we finally gave him the opportunity. He did a nice job with it.
I thought everybody in the building thought he was going to hand that ball off and then on the keeper, and then he had nice
good
space.
And a couple key blocks out on the edge, which was good to see.
I will say this, that a lot of people underestimate special teams at this level, but as it turns out, it was a field goal that decided this game. Any issue at all? None at all, bringing out the kicking unit?
No, once we got the penalty and backed this up on fourth down, it was a no-brainer at that point. We have trust in our, our field goal team to go out there, especially from that range, and get it done. So, that was important. If we can continue to do that down the road, that's going to be, anytime we put points up on the board, that's big.
So it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 14-7 at that point. And you're at the 1 yard line and 12 on the field. Was that the penalty you had?
Yeah, we called for a package that we haven't run in a couple weeks, and we had too many guys go out there. So I told the kids I'd take the hit on that one. It was something that we haven't done in a couple weeks, so that one's on me.
And then, again, in that last 5 minutes, we went from walk in the park, going up to 3-1, and then all of a sudden, bing, bang, boom, 17-7, you kick it to them. Nobody works harder than the coach we're not allowed to talk to or talk about in special teams. What did you see on film?
Well, you said special teams important, and then, we get the field goal and then turn around and give up the touchdown. We had a couple guys bunched up together, and then one contained guy kind of got caught inside, and they broke it right down their sideline. And, I know Coach was disappointed. We all were disappointed because the amount of time that we spend on our special teams, that kind of stuff shouldn't happen, and it can happen.
At the Cherokee game, I was thrilled to have Randy Brown with me, and he is a special teams coach at the NFL level for almost 24 years. And one of the things he said that really rang true, and I never even thought of this on special teams, you can't block everybody.
Can't.
You just can't block everybody. So, when you get all of them down there and that runner is behind all those guys, then it's tough, right?
It's tough. And, some of the kids thought they were going to take an angle, which they shouldn't have, And I know that's what Coach preaches all the time, make sure they're staying in their lanes and squeezing to the ball. And, it basically was a breakdown, and it happened at the wrong moment in the game, obviously.
Yeah, it was an 82-yard kickoff return, which we're referring to, which made the score 17-14. But then, again, in my opinion, the story of the game, the running game, when you needed to, milk the clock, ate up time of possession, and won the turnover battle.
Yeah, and it was also good to see at the end because of what happened at Cherokee. When they went for the onside kick, our kids were able to recover it. So that was also good to see as well.
Who recovered it?
Gabe Weiner actually recovered it. Yeah.
Is he part of the all hands team?
He was on the hands team. I know Coach was calling for the hands team. He was on there. The week before, they kicked it to him, and he recovered it, so he earned the right to be on there.
Nice. We come back, we got another little wrinkle that we call in these curveballs. Well, more with Jim Raso here at the DiDonato Family Fun Center. We're live in Hammonton. This is the Jim Raso Show on BFA.
Newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99. I be like, sheesh.
Welcome back, everybody. A Family Fun Center. It's where we are every week. What do you think of this place?
Love it. Love it. They do a great job here. Food's good. Can't complain.
Food's excellent.
Yep.
What'd you have tonight?
Tuna nachos.
I think we're going to go with the tater tots again. I bring them home with me, actually, too.
Tuna nachos are good. I recommend them.
And I recommend the grilled cheesesteak on wrap, which is phenomenal. Anyway, all right. So here we go. We're 3-1. We're going to talk about the upcoming opponent, Mainland. But before we do that, I want to focus back on the running game and how you have been able to basically, in the games that you have been pretty much in, right, you've owned the time of possession. You've had a great ground game. Of course, no small reason for Kenny Smith. But you got something else, though, that not many people know about on that interior of the line. Tell us about that.
We call them the dueling centers. they alternate series, and half the time, along with myself and Coach Morgan, one of our offensive line coaches, they just do it amongst themselves, and they both earned the right to be out there, and that's a luxury for us to be able to have that.
And they also earn the right to be on the Coaches Show tonight, so let's bring them up. Ladies and gentlemen, your dueling centers, Nick Nocello, Mike Ryan. There he is. Boys, so you heard me talk to Coach about how, when you were pretty much in control of games, it's the running game. You guys take pride in that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, a lot of pride. It's fun playing the game. We love everyone around us, and we just want to make sure everyone has a good opportunity, open some holes from our running backs, protect the quarterback. Yeah.
What does it mean to you that Coach says that, okay, that's your spot, you both are this high up, you both earn the right to play it like that?
It's an honor. Me and Nick, it was a healthy competition at first, and now it's great that one of my best friends for the past 10 years, we can share that position,
You gonna cry?
Of course.
I mean, and to the casual observer, when you watch these games and you see three running down the middle, those holes are gigantic.
Yeah.
How are you doing that?
Run your feet.
Yeah, drive your feet.
Tell us about that.
Listen to the coaches. Drive your feet, stay on your blocks.
You do a lot of I'm going to Coach on this one. Do you have a different package for a plays based on what center's in the game?
I tell you, half the time I don't know which one's in. Half the time I don't even know which one's in. So, that just goes to show you when they're both in there, you don't really notice who's who. They've both been very consistent, and a lot of hard work in the off season that helped both these guys out.
So, what do you take most pride in when you're out there?
I mean, it's the trenches, I guess, just being tough, Not everything's going to work out how you want to, so just being able to push through that.
Have you been penalized yet this year?
Yeah.
How many times?
I think 3 times.
That's a lot of times. Yeah.
I like blocking for everyone, of course, the name across the chest, Hammonton. And it's really great when we make a big play or score a touchdown and get to celebrate with your brothers, and it's fun. Yeah.
Kind of helps that one of those brothers is Kenny Smith, doesn't it?
Well, we got Kenny, we got Josh, we got Justin Dowdy, we got Drew Craig, we got a bunch of good guys back there.
Speaking of, how about the game that Drew Dowdy had?
Justin Dowdy?
Justin, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a great player, and it's awesome that he's a part of the team. We have a lot of talent, and it's good to get everyone in, rotate everybody in, keep everyone fresh. It's nice.
And the Drew I was thinking of, I meant to say, was Mr. Craig, runs a touchdown. Do you have confidence in him knowing that he's going to do the right thing?
Of course. I went up to him one game. I let him know I trust him. He's the best quarterback I've ever had, So.
What makes him the best quarterback you've ever had?
He's a leader.
Is he here tonight?
Yeah, he's
I know he is.
He's a dog, He is a good leader, dog. He's got that mentality in him. Yeah, he's a great guy, too, on and off the field. You make a mistake, he's like, all right, right back at it.
You want to add anything?
I love him. I love my guy.
Thanks, guys. Hey, you got one. You went into the film room, I'm sure, this week. Did some prep work. Can you tell us about Mainland?
They're good up front. 55's a big dude, but we can take them,
Yeah, very strong. They get off the ball. They're a good team. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a dogfight to the end, but we got to come ready, give it all.
Well, 2 things. Number one, you're back at home again.
Yes, sir.
3 games away from the road. I don't care who you are, pro, college, or high school. That's tough, and you came out of that pretty well. And now here you are with the second straight home game. That's got to give you guys a lift, knowing that you're playing in front of all your friends.
Yeah, it's awesome when you go and you don't have to go on the bus. You don't have to pack everything up, and you kind of have time to relax, lock in, focus for the game. But it's home, so we have to have a great atmosphere. Everyone show out on Friday night. We need everyone coming. We need a great atmosphere.
So I asked Mike what he takes pride in. So I'm going to ask you, Nick, how about a stat like sacks allowed? all right? Do you pay attention to not allowing sacks, and do you keep track of that at all in your head?
So I take it play by play. You know, if I try to do my job this play, and at the end of the next day, we'll go over film. If I make any mistakes, the coaches will tell me. I'll correct it. On to the next week. I'm not worried about the stats. I'm worried about play by play. I make a mistake, we'll go over it. Coaches will tell me, and then I'll fix it.
That's an innovative way of doing things here, though, with the dueling centers. So, Nick, Mike, way to go, guys. Welcome to the table. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back, it's Mainland, and it's Friday night, and we'll talk about that as the Mustangs come to town, as the Coaches Show continues right here live at the Family Fun Center here in Hammonton on BFA. And back with Coach Jim Raso. Hammonton football, you're 3-1, folks, and Mainland is coming up. It's the second, 2 straight home games. That in itself has got to give you a big lift.
Yeah, it's nothing like being at home. You know, like you said, we had that road trip for 3 straight games, and you know, it was nice being in your own locker room, being able to do things on your own time, and the kids are excited to be back at home again.
What is your scouting report, notwithstanding the unofficial one about 55's a big dude?
Nah, they're a great program, great team. You know, obviously what they did last year and what they're doing this year. You know, very disciplined. They, you know, the backs do an outstanding job blocking, all 3 of them, and they spread the ball around. So, you know, it's going to be about reading your keys defensively, making sure your eyes aren't in the backfield. Anytime you play a wing T team, you got to make sure you're reading your keys. And then offensively, we got to be able to maintain drives. And anytime we got an opportunity to put points up on the board, we got to put points up on the board.
I ask this of many football coaches. As the season progresses, all of a sudden you see something that works and you stick with it. Has anything popped into your head in the first few weeks of the season that really worked that you're going to say, hey, I'm going to keep that going?
Well, you know, it's
how about offensively?
In terms of play-wise,
yeah.
You know, you're trying to see what's your best play, and then how many different ways can you run it. And that's something that, you know, we've tried to do on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively is just trying to get the right combination up front. You know, we did lose some guys from last year, so it's just trying to get that right combination up front to get things settled down and then continue to press forward as the games go by now.
And you got that field general that you have so much confidence in.
Absolutely.
Come on up, 8. Drew Craig, everybody.
How are you, Chris? How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. You know, you can't run away from him. I'm going to follow you. You know that. And I have to ask you the inevitable. I mean, last year, where you were last year, now where you are this year, how much better are you in a position right now?
I feel great where I'm at, man. I thought I made the right decision doing, you know, I went through some things, but I thought I made the right decision coming here with my friends, my new friends. I love them all. I love them all, everybody. The school's nice. I love it all.
Hear what Nick said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What a guy.
Yeah? What to have the offensive power, though, that you have, that makes it a lot easier for you to do what you want to do.
Yes.
What have you been able to accomplish in the first 4 weeks of the season?
Definitely just getting the ball to my guys and hitting open receivers, make sure to get the easy yards, making sure I hit the open guys, and working on the tight windows. Tight window throws that, when pressure's coming, you got to get the ball there.
You know, one Coffee Jones is very proud of you. You know that, don't you?
I miss him, man. I miss him.
And last year, when you had a pick in a key moment, and he tested you, and he said, I want to see what he's going to say. And the first thing you said, for lack of better words, you owned up to it, and you said, I'm going to be better. And you won that man over, and that is not easy to do. What are you doing better this year that other than a year of maturity? You're not forcing the ball as much, I will tell you that. But, I mean, you're in such control of this offense.
I feel good. I got trust in my coaches. My coaches put me in a great position to make great plays, and I shout out to Raso and Silvestri and DeRosa, my offensive guys. They do a great job.
Get out of here, 8. Good job. Good to see you, man.
Appreciate
Always
it.
good
Thank
to see
you.
you. All right. Your quarterback, everybody, Drew Craig. I felt that it was necessary to bring him up and let everybody see him from the year that he's having so far.
Absolutely.
So,
He's doing a great job.
and I meant what I said and what we had, not like a critique of him from a year ago, but, the big man said that he's going to be a very good quarterback, and so far so good, right?
He's doing a great job. At that position in particular, you got to be a leader. And you got to be a good leader if you want to be successful. And, that's something that he's doing, and I know the guys respect him. I know the coaches do. And hopefully he just continues to do it.
Before we go, is 45 here?
He's not here tonight.
But he got a couple touches, didn't he, on the offense?
Yes, he did.
You make it sound like you gave in to him because he asked. Is that true?
Listen, we sat down. We were trying to get your best players,
Yeah.
an opportunity to make plays. He's one of our best players. So, that's something that we take pride in.
There is an old adage, to win a championship, your best players have to be your best players on the field.
Correct.
So far, so good.
Yep, he's doing a great job.
As is everybody else. 3-1. Mainland. Friday night. What time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock kickoff. It's on BFA. You join Mike Gill for all the action on Friday night on BFA Live. Hammonton will host Mainland. For everybody at D. Donato Family Fun Center, the coach, Jim Raso, I'm Chris Losey. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Friday for the game. We'll be back here on Wednesday at the D. Donato Family Fun Center, maybe with a bowling ball. Good night, everybody.